This Metatainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved, contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and thanks for listening to or watching the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses Show. I'm BEN68 here with my co-host Morecheese for episode number 97, recording on Friday the 11th of August for Cheese, which is Saturday the 12th for me.
Today we talked about Upland and the Tokyo release and other Uplandish. Had Uplando on to talk about Uplandia, and he has a bunch of new stuff you definitely want to know about. Then we went over some articles.
Yes, so get yourself off your swamp donkey and get ready to dive into the latest and freshest, shittiest episode of
The Worst Show Ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. One is a wanker, one's slinging stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello, it makes sense. Hello, and welcome to Whine and Cheese and the Metaverses Show. I am here with my co-host with the most, BEN68. I am Morecheese. This is episode 97, and we have Uplando here, and he's gonna give us the dish. Now, this is recorded on Friday and released on Saturday, so I'm going through.
Or Saturday, released on Sunday, depending on where you live. Don't be one of those upland people that ignore the rest of the world.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that.
God, we always get to that. All right, over to you, Ben.
Yes, Uplando. Hey, hello. I think this might be your third official time.
Oh,
third or fourth?
Fourth, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yes, I give Moya the heads up. I was like, look, we've got Uplando coming back in today, so it might be a long one. We tend to go long. So
yeah, it's good. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, guys, for having me. There's lots of fun things happening all in Upland and other layer too. So it'll be good discussion today.
All right. Should we just dive straight in?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess general format is what? We'll touch on the overall Upland stuff, and then we'll dive into Uplando, and we can do shitty articles on the back of that. Sound fair?
Sounds good.
All right. So, of course, the big news, one of the big news this week is, of course, whatever the hell this sign is supposed to say. Somebody's tried to be way too clever and just made an absolute mess of whatever that is. Tokyo, it's supposed to say, but it's just freaking horrendous. Please don't do that. It's just crap. Tokyo is coming. Cheese is not ready. She's shaking her head despite me warning her. You got to get ready. Got to get ready. Got to get ready.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was soon. I knew it was going to be soon. The funny thing was in general chat, everybody was like 2 days ago, when? Oh, this is crazy. Just drop it already. And then they drop it and they're like, why did you drop it? I'm not ready.
Yes.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
It's definitely earlier than what I was expecting. I was expecting early to mid-September or late August.
Late August.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How about you, Lando? You ready? You ready to go?
Yes, I have been forgoing a lot of different activities in Upland to save up for Tokyo, and that was from the onset when they announced it at Genesis Week this past June, I think is when that was. But yeah, I you know how Upix just all of a sudden leaves your wallet. You're just like, oh, I need that, I need this, and then you start to really be frugal with what you have. So to answer your question, yeah, I am certainly ready.
I mean, you have enough freaking sense, don't you?
I do, and the goal there is it's personal. And now you could buy sends to get your way up to click the odometer over from 999 to 1,000. I want to see if that's it. I don't want to buy my sends. I enter tours and scavenger hunts that would otherwise afford you 15 to 20 sends for every 2,000, 5,000 Uplix you spend when you register. And that has been the way that I have collected them. Now, I was at 333. I did go down a couple to play the lands battle that came out because you had to travel to the MetaVenture, but the property. So yeah, I'm down a few.
All right, so let's have a look, see what we got here. So Tokyo City release on Thursday, August the 17th at 9 a.m. PT, which equals Friday, 2 a.m. Australian time and Friday, 1 a.m. Japan time. Like, what the actual hell?
Yeah, that's brutal. That's pretty brutal.
And the general consensus from what I could see, X1 kind of got into the mix of people raised this topic when I was having a look last night. And the basic deal was, well, we're not actually marketing to the Japanese market just yet. This is still basically just to the existing player base, which seems very strange. I guess the existing community is going to get it established, and then maybe further on down the road, once these other partnerships or whatever come through, then they'll open up different areas. But I don't know.
Yeah, let's take a look from, I always liken a lot of this to if you could step behind the scenes for a week in Upland and be one of the staff members from top down, and you get to see all the moving parts, the partnerships that they have and how they're unveiling this and what they're doing. It could be a discussion that they have to say, hey, we're going to open up Tokyo in this limited area and see how player reaction is. And then they stage the rest of the opening based upon the partnerships and what they may be offering. So we don't know, but yes, one from the outside would say, plaster this up on every, subway, every transport, everywhere you can, put it on a big giant, one of the signs in Tokyo to be cool, because I would love to see that. It would be amazing to see somebody have that like you would in a Times Square, an iconic area of that, to see Upland, because it would really play favor to not only where you're opening, but it would look cool. It would be very, Blade Runner, I feel.
Yeah, but with that release time, it would just be a complete waste of money. The amount of people in Japan that are going to get up on a work day at 1 a.m. to play around with this would be minimal at best. So yeah, hopefully that's for future expansions.
We shall see. Yeah, we shall see. I don't know if Tokyo sleeps, but yes.
Yes, they do on the subway when they miss the last train. Drunk as fuck. Been there, done that. All right, yes. So terminal sales coming up. I believe they're $1,000 something in the USD. So I guess I'll register, but that's a lot of money to drop.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be getting a terminal.
No, that's a whole different ballgame, that one. So vanilla, released in vanilla, only 20,000 properties in 30 neighborhoods.
It's going to go quick, in my opinion. This is going to be like a blink of the eye.
Well, I don't know. See, we thought the same for London. Obviously, I guess you could debate that Tokyo's a bigger carrot than London, but London's still vastly unminted.
How much did they release for London? 75? Or was that for Germany?
Properties?
Yeah.
I have 30,000 in my head for some reason. That could be completely wrong, but yeah, I'm not sure. It was just because of this, the sticker shock. So yeah, I have to wait and see. I think it's going to be to that and more in Tokyo. 20,000 properties, but if tons and tons of them are in that 500,000 UpX plus range, they're not going to go super fast.
I think it was interesting, Ben. I apologize to interrupt. Yep. Is that the number of properties that spans the number of neighborhoods? That's 30 neighborhoods, 20,000 properties. You just do some simple math there. That's not a lot in every neighborhood. So you may be having a lot of block explorers sending and trying to scoop up very minimal properties in an area. I think this is going to be fast. I think FOMO is going to play a big part in this. I don't think it will all sell out within 4 hours or maybe even a day, but boy, oh boy, is this going to get chewed up.
Yeah, nobody will sell out like the Bronx.
No, that was to the extreme, wasn't it?
That was so...
Yes. Now, I don't know why they've put this here. It makes me wonder what their actual plans are, because they've put here, for this initial release of Tokyo, we'll focus on releasing properties of one of Tokyo's 23 special wards, Shibuya City. Well, they've contradicted themselves. The city is Tokyo. Shibuya is a ward. Shibuya is a ward of Tokyo. So why are they referring to Shibuya as a city? I no idea here. What they're calling neighborhoods is actually what they call districts. Now, Japan has a very, I don't know if it's an Asia-wide thing, but they have a very, unique. Well, it's not a Western address scheme, basically. The first place I lived in Japan, my address was like a full paragraph long. It was a bloody nightmare to do anything with. So why are they calling Shibuya City a city? I don't know. Maybe that's going to be because within the navigation system of Upland, maybe they're going to look at if they release another ward of Tokyo, maybe within the mechanics of the game, maybe that's going to act like a different city. I don't know. It's a very strange one, this. You got any feed on that? Why they're breaking it down like that?
I mean, I don't know about you, Angela, but I just think it's to keep with the consistency of the naming of things. If you go in and start a new naming system, I think it may be that just, simple from that.
There's something kooky about the way they set it up. I can't imagine they've deliberately translated this wrong. Sorry. I mean, I can't imagine that they didn't deliberately translate that wrong. It has to be by choice. Yeah, Shibuya is not a city. It's a ward of Tokyo City. So, yes, please refer to the map below for the launch neighborhoods. Yeah, you're talking about some very prime real estate in some of these areas. Interesting to know that one in the middle is not going to be released. Is this going to be the Omniforce neighborhood? Remember in that article, it said that they're going to have their own unique place available. So I wonder if that's going to be it. Or
what are you looking for, man? Here.
Well, when release comes, I'll have probably 4.2 million. I'm only looking to spend maybe 1.5 million for the actual city release.
But where?
All I want to get doesn't matter. I don't care. All I want, it's about the property size. I want a showroom size property and 2 other properties for the generic collection. And then other than that, I don't really care. I'll hold the vast majority of my budget for post-collection reveal, if there's any unminted after collection reveal. Plus, don't forget, we've got Protoms, Totems, bloody stock cars. Who knows what else around the corner. So I'm not looking to go into this and just go absolutely ballistic.
So that's cool. So you're not looking for a collection. You're looking to set up a shot, like set up an area for Samurai Aquatics.
Oh, you got to have Samurai Aquatics. Okay,
like
that just has to happen. Yeah. So all I'm looking for is one decent sized property. I'll spend upwards of 1.5 million if I have to for a decent sized property, and then, like I said, 2 whatever properties for just the generic. That's pretty much my only goal. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to go FOMO. I got that out of my system several cities ago. So we'll see.
Yeah, can I make a point on that? And Cheese, I know you're getting ready to say something, so before you forget it, say it.
Oh, no, I was going to say that's a really good way to do it. Like if people want to go without stress, just to look for a business location, this may be another option that people can go through to enjoy a city opening without the stress. Go ahead, Uplando.
Yeah, I love you. So this is hey, back to you, Upland. So there is a great lesson to be learned here from somebody who's legacy in the game. The game style and the gameplay, it changes. And so whereas Ben has just expressed past openings going just ham on everything, now it's more likened to really kind of focusing in on your gameplay, knowing what you're going for. It's not so much collections. You have a plan, and that is grab big properties for utilization of what your plans are going forward. I like that. I like it. So it's not all about just trying to nail collections, although the return is nice when you get boosted earnings. It's about at least having a footprint in the city. I liked it.
Yeah. The mindset that's flipped for me is I'm not chasing collection speculation. I'm done with that game. So it's what I did in London. It'll be the exact same play where after the collection reveal, if there's still decent collections left unminted, then I'll go and very selectively pick up whatever it is to, I'm still in a process where I'm trying to boost my dividends because I have sold a shit ton of properties. So I'm trying to keep a balance of my dividends. But yeah, I'm not collection speculation. That you can win big with that, but you can also do your ass, which I have done in the past. So
Do your ass.
see how we go. So yeah, 15 terminals available, 1,536. That would max out the credit card. So yeah.
What about
tax implications of flippage?
There's no trainees, just planes.
Well, there has to be. There has to be a train terminal.
We'll scroll down a bit. They had pictures. Here. Oh, it's just all planes.
Yeah, it's all planes.
Weird.
There's no train yet. I think there will be a different train system that comes into play.
Yeah,
they will be saving that, Cheese.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
But that's where are they going to put the trains? Because Narita Airport, there's Narita and Haneda, I believe. They're nowhere close to Shibuya, so
maybe like the second Japan opening, Tokyo opening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
it's so far. Like a lot of people get screwed up there. Like the most obvious place to land in Tokyo is Narita, but it's miles away from Tokyo. It's like a full-on train trips away. So I don't know.
Yeah, I want to go for the train. Like the next expansion, I want to do that.
See what happens. Oh, that's a good shot. I might steal that one for the thumbnail. I like that one.
I do like that. Yeah.
All right. Collection reveal will be essentially the week after, is it? Thursday, August 24th. Yeah. So I'll be. I don't know if I'll get up for that, but I'll definitely have my eyes out on that. And then, yeah, due to the address structure of Tokyo properties, they've added a different functionality to the search bar. Yeah, remember I said that when Tokyo was first announced, I said, geez, I don't know how they're going to do the address system because it's just a completely different thing.
That's really cool. I like this.
Yeah, because they said there's no street collections available. Well, that makes sense because Japan doesn't have streets. I mean, there are you do have very famous areas where there are streets or highway names, but if you're talking about suburbs residential, there's no such thing as streets.
How do you find each other?
Well, the way it's a kind of good system. So the way they break it down is you have the city, right? So that's Tokyo City.
Yeah.
And then you have your ward. That's Shibuya Ward. And then within Shibuya, you have your district. So that breaks down again. That's like a Chome, I believe that's called. So you have your district in the area. And within that district, you have a block. And I think block's called Go or something like that. So within that block, then you have a number. So, it just keeps narrowing it down. So you have the city, the ward, the district, the block, and then your address number. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And like I said, because of the way Japanese translate to English, the address in the Japanese characters, the kanji, it might be only 3 or 4 characters long, but when you translate into English, it can be way longer. So, as I said, my first address in Japan was just an absolute nightmare, especially filling out bank applications and things like that. Japan, it's all paper-based still. And if you go over the box, you have to start again. If you make a mistake, you have to start again. There's no crossing out in Japan. Old mate will just put a big red stamp on it. Do it again.
Well, I feel like this is going to be a very educational opening, just like Brazil. Like a lot of people had trouble with the names there. And now some of them are like second nature now, which is freaking awesome. And this is a great way to kind of bring everyone together and make them closer.
My 2 cents worth.
Big red. Sorry.
No, go let me say. Oh, that was it. Were you singing Big Red? Were you singing? Okay. Look, here's the thing. This is the way my strategy has gone, and I would encourage anybody to have and try different strategies. We had the disembark strategy where you fly in, and if it's in the part of the city, that has been a strategy, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to do it. The strategy here, wherever my block explorer is, that's where I'm going to hit first. Boom. Yeah.
Same.
I'm going to grab, I'm going to grab a couple and be happy with that. And then I'm going to go for what I speculate on. But mostly it's where my block explorer is, what I have planned for the city, like Ben's saying, big properties. And then if I get some time to collection speculate, great. If I find a cool named property, great. Also, I want to be where my different, friends are and the nodes that I'm at. I want to have some cool neighbors. So really that strategy. Find a community, get in with them, make something of your gameplay. If you're going to flip, but there's going to be some FSA areas you can work with some FSA buyers, but mainly that's going to be my strategy going
in. I'm pretty much the same. What are you going to do, Cheese? What do you think? What's your plans?
Basically the same. I'll probably like follow you to see if I find something similar, so I could bring more cheese, Pixel Palace, whenever this stuff gets accepted. But I do want to bring something up really quick. It is in regards to the statement that no new people meant new cities.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah, that was weird. I did find it weird. I think with care they will. I want to give a big shout out to Barco, because he has been hanging out in the Mavian Discord, and they actually created Mavian Upland, right? And there are a few, like more than a few people in there that are interested in minting a new city release because of Barco. He talks to them, he tells them about it, and he's like, wait for the new city release, this and that. I feel like if that Uni place had, you know, a site that somebody like another kind of Upland ambassador can go to, maybe even Barco as well, go to, and just kind of like, hey, this is coming here, who needs help, who wants to learn, yada yada, anything to get new people in. And Barco, like the way Mavian did it was they give like a discounted property in their own little area, and then they'll have like little special things in that area. And I think they should do that for Uni. And I think, you know, the people of Japan that follow Uni should have the same experience.
That it was so bizarre, because the whole aspect of city releases since Fresno has been, these new city releases are a prime opportunity for new players to get involved, you know, to get engaged in the community, whether it be an FSA agent or something like that. There's not going to be many FSA properties in Tokyo, but there are going to be there. People are going to run for nodes and this, that, and the other thing, and those kind of areas are going to be extremely valuable. To come out and say that, I didn't really know how to take that, whether it was a face-slapping moment, an eye-clawing moment. I don't know. What was your take on that, Lando?
Yeah, when I was kind of live when it happened in there, and to be real direct about it, it was kind of it wasn't the statement that I would have put out, you know. I mean, I think what would have been best is, hey, work with it. It was bizarre. There's no other way to go about it. I just don't think I would have approached it that way.
Yeah, I've worked with tons of FSA agents before. It's, you know, that's how I met like new players coming into the game. That's how I met Finsky, Nubex, a whole bunch of people. That's how you establish these relationships. Crypto Jedi, I could name probably several dozen.
Yeah, and like, look at, he has like a whole bunch of people just kind of following him in here, like. Like, and the last thing is like, wait for Tokyo. There's a chance on a moment of the release you can be floating over good props. Noted Barco, Oku, Tokyo. These are people from Mavian.
Yeah,
you know?
It was really bizarre for that statement.
To play devil's advocate, because you know I always do, it is incredibly difficult to mint in a new city. And I believe that is the angle he was getting at in regards to kind of taking a new player, explaining all of Upland, and then bringing them over to Tokyo, to Japan, to mint. I get it. It is hard, but give the community a chance. You know, we could surprise you on how amazing we are in getting people, especially new people, you know, into the game.
Yeah, well, that's a good point too, I suppose. Because if you were coming in, but any NFT project that's out there, if it's a decent NFT project, everything gets gobbled up lickety split. So that's one of the things I've kind of enjoyed about my new way to approach city releases, is to just grab, like Uplando said, wherever my tail is, I'll just pick 3 decent properties on that. I'll mint those, and then I just scroll out and just watch just the sea of mints happen. It's just so cool. You see somebody land in a spot, and it just, spreads like a virus. Other people jump on that property, and it just boom, 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 boom. I'm glad not to be partaking in that situation, because I've been there and done that. But yeah, if you are a new person, that could be a bit like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? But I don't know. I think the positives of a new player getting involved far outweigh any of the, the learning curves or the downsides, especially if, like you've just showed there, if they're engaged with the community, with a kind of veteran player, if you want to call them. But yeah, if you are a new person looking to get involved, get engaged in the community, but just be aware that in these situations, there are always scumbags out there that look to take advantage of people in these situations too.
Yeah. Yeah. Barco's a good guy, so you guys at Mavian are good, but definitely what Ben said.
All right, so yes, pretty excited for that one. As I said, it's something I have been working towards, like Uplando said, ever since it was released at Genesis Week. I've been saving like an absolute fiend and flipping to save and not FOMOing into anything else. So I'm ready. Promotion.
I FOMO'd.
Yeah, you got a good spot though. So
yeah, it's really cool.
That's for a purpose. It's not like you FOMO'd into something ridiculous.
Thanks.
Yeah, true.
All right, next up, we just had, as I woke up, I saw this. What is this about? Have you had a chance to read this? Upland welcomes Louisa Posey.
Yeah, I try not to Discord at all until I'm finished with my day's work. And I know I have this thing, so I am fresh.
You're fresh. All right. Calling all Brazilian music lovers. We're excited to welcome the world-renowned music artist Louisa Posey to the Upland Metaverse. She's a Brazilian singer and songwriter, renowned for her captivating vocal prowess, diverse musical style, and entrepreneurial thinking.
I like that.
She was involved in the women's soccer tournament. What? And blah, blah, blah. I guess she's a big name. I got no idea. She's already a pro player in Upland and owns properties in various cities. That's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I want to be a part of it.
She's committed to creating the Luz neighborhood. That's cool. Because we always say, and then one of the articles we might touch on later is like a celebrity looking to get involved in a different metaverse. And we're like, come to Upland, come to Upland. Well, here might be a classic example of just that in place. So players will be able to acquire.
Oh, I was just going to say, it might be lose. It might be pronounced lose. Because Louisa. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. That was another burger.
About a dozen Brazilian girls, and I can never pronounce their names right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just call them good morning.
You just call them good morning.
Just call me Angel of the
morning. Angel. All right, sorry.
So, yeah, apparently they're going to be releasing a spotlight. So players will be able to acquire a spotlight by purchasing a pass legit during the upcoming surprise Louisa Posse Pass sale. This sale could drop in the Upland store at any... So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Don't blow your entire wad in Tokyo because, there's always something.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes. A few lucky legit holders will win concert tickets, backstage VIP access, and an opportunity to meet the singer. What?
That's amazing.
Yeah, this is utility. This is value. This is nice.
That's cool. But it'd probably be like every year I get the invitation. You are invited to the free chief executive dinner at Upland Genesis this week. I'm like, it'd be a very fucking expensive dinner. That free dinner would probably cost me about 15 grand.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I think that dinner will be changed to something after this past year's.
That's not fair because I'm like working my way up to chief executive to enjoy that dinner and just like, yeah.
And apparently, for a lot of the things that our friend Dr. Tid raised as part of that have come to fruition. So
this is true. This is true.
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yes, what are the details? Louisa Posse Pass sale details. Now, I know Banana was kind of a bit sad in Upland General this morning when I was looking through that it doesn't mark the price, so we don't know. The first drop will have a total of 100 passes available for purchase.
I like the avatar. That's so cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of pretty close to her if you see her there in the background.
And here's the thing. I don't understand. So I mean, you're going to know at some point what the prices of these things are, but just think about everything past from NFLPA to FIFA to, I mean, it's all going to be relative, even to the Jackie Tsai, where they're, just think it's going to be what, 10, 15,000 UPX forward. So,
I think it's going to be way more.
Okay. Just at the entry level?
I think it'll be 30 to 50.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd like to be proven wrong, but
it's a good guess. It's a good guess, but you got to know that legacy of being in the game. I mean, you can't. It's going to be around there, and they maybe even still trying to dial that in.
You know what
the way I read it. No, sorry, go Chase.
You know what I hope, if you do get a certain pass that allows for, the concert tickets, backstage passes, and whatnot, that you're able to sell it. And that utility makes it, invaluable, and people can make money wherever you are, whether you're in Germany or England or the US or Brazil. You can sell ownership of that if you're not able to go, because if not, then I would be extremely disappointed.
Yeah, the way I read this is this first sale, there's going to be 100 passes for sale, which we know how that system works with FIFA and whatnot. And then you're going to trade that pass in, you're going to exchange it for the spotlight. And then those spotlights could be one of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rarities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be multiple price points. I think it's just going to be one price for those 100. That's a very limited supply. So,
yeah, very limited.
I don't know. Not putting the price out there, it has to be a deliberate ploy. Like, as I mentioned in the UDU podcast, Upland is a business. They have to keep the lights on. And one of the ways they do that is to get everybody to burn out their UPX, so they have to buy more UPX. So if they don't put the price, people can't budget. So then they release Tokyo, you burn out all your budget, and then, here comes this. And then you're going to have to put some more money in to get this. And, here comes stock cars. Here comes this. So, yeah. Keeping some liquidity is always the toughest thing to do. So,
agreed. But I like this. It's cool. The spotlight is cool. It'll be a very likened to the videos that you see, the little clips. And we've seen that with other projects do MP4s as NFTs. So very cool. It will be great to see it when these spotlights are open, as the block explorers are to Ethereum, and to get it over into OpenSea.
I just saw something.
What'd you see?
I went to Upland to check in for my, my Spark, my daily Spark login thing, and a Tokyo quest with Uplandian and Upland Kingdoms. As we get ready for the Tokyo, let me put this on share.
You jumping the gun. We've got that set up ready to go. That's what Uplando's here to talk about, isn't it?
I know, but we're doing the Upland stuff too, right? So I'm going to jump the gun, Ben. I'm going to jump the gun, Ben. No.
Can you put a pause so we can finish the one we were doing for a second? Now, we do know this is a spotlight that's coming up with this lady, and it's supposed to be a video clip of her singing. Is this gonna be the first spotlight that has audio?
It's a video music spotlight, or just said spotlight. Oh, now you're making me drop through there. A unique spotlight. Yeah, I don't know how to say her name either. It said exclusively viewable within Upland. Hopefully it will have. It does say traits of visual effects. I don't know. Audio would be cool.
Nice. All right. Now we've got, the next big news, of course, is the big one. You could bring that up now, Cheese, if you've got it available.
You could go bring it up.
All right. Let me see. Make sure I click the right button. Here it is. Tokyo Quest with Uplandia and Upland Kingdoms. And here we go. As we get ready for the Tokyo City release, we would like to announce the Upland Kingdoms and Uplandia, two of Upland's newest Layer 2 games, are both adding quests specific to Tokyo for players to compete in their games. Players who complete these quests will earn special block explorers that will help players perform better in each game. Players will have until Friday, August 18th at 9 a.m. PT to complete these quests to earn these special block explorers. So what do you got? You got about a week.
Yeah, you got about a week to get in there and get them done to qualify.
All right. So what are the block explorers? I haven't had a look at them myself.
There's 4 of each. Yeah, there's 4 of each. There's a sword for kingdoms, and there is a mask for Uplandia.
There we go. Oh, they look cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. So we, yeah, go ahead, Ben, because there's, and then I'll address this as we go.
Well, I would assume you're primed to speak for Uplandia, so we'll just look at the Upland Kingdom section. So, what do we got here? Complete the following quests in Upland Kingdoms to earn one of the exclusive Samurai Sword Block Explorers. Build a new farm. Build a tattered book. Train one peasant to be a farmer. Buy 3 things from a resource market. Assign a farmer to a farm. I haven't played around with Upland Kingdoms at all. Is that easy to do? It sounds relatively straightforward.
In Kingdoms, I don't actually know in Kingdoms. I started early on and all my people died. I started with cheese in there and my people died. Where do my people go? But in terms of Kingdoms, I think, Angela, you can, existing players, you still have to do all the things, is what I understood. I don't know. Have you gotten over there, Angela, and did the Kingdoms?
I don't want to be an asshole, but I got bored of it. I did play it. I made Nick my vassal. I sold a lot of stuff. I made over 200K, and then the market kind of got ridiculous. Like, people were selling stuff for under an UPX, and I was just like, eh. So until they add some more stuff, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I have not gotten over and done it. I'm going to see what it takes. Like you said, Ben, you have to sign a farmer. But one of the things, one of the things is buy 3 things from the resource market. Is that in-game currency, Angela, or is that another currency? I don't know what the currencies are in Kingdoms.
They have a coin currency and an UPX currency. So basically, what, for however many peasants or army people or traders you have, you earn a certain amount of coins. With those coins, you can purchase stuff, and then when you get to a certain I guess level or whatever, you can start buying and selling in, you can start selling in UPX, right? But in the beginning, I guess you could do it in UPX whenever, but if you want to actually make money and not just pay to win, you start off with the coins, and then when you get high enough and powerful enough, you could start selling in UPX.
Okay.
So, and it appears that you have to do all of those quests in order to receive the Block Explorer, and then the delivery of the Block Explorer will be just random. So you don't know which one you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
What is that?
And if you have... Yeah, what? That's what I thought too. What is this? It's a sword with cherry blossoms around it.
That's a sword?
That's right.
Yeah.
What's that, Angela?
That's a sword?
Yes.
That looks... I don't know. I don't like the way that looks.
It's very chunky, but I guess they kind of had to do it like a samurai sword is typically very thin. If they made it thin, maybe it's the restrictions of the Block Explorer sizing or something. Yeah, it doesn't. Moving on, Uplandia. Take it away. Because, yeah, these ones look shit. I like these ones.
Sorry. Yes. All right. So I'm going to give you guys some of the lowdown on how this worked and what we had done with this, just to real quickly to brush by it or to spotlight on it. So when we had first went to Genesis Week and we took second in the innovation track, and we started talking about what we could do with Upland if they would want to do something with us. And we started to collaborate on it. And then that's how it worked. You go back and forth and you start talking about it. And I want to be, for people that are watching and they always say, oh, just because you're in the know or that you have special treatment or something. Look, and Angela knows this, Ben, you know this, people who have done this know this. It takes a lot of busting your butt to work to get things done. And it takes a lot of initiative. So that can be with any of these layer 2s or working and partnerships with Upland and so forth and so on. So it's a lot of work. And that's kind of how we prepped and put this together. in collaboration with, we saw this as an opportunity to introduce players into a layer 2 game that Noise Tamichin created, dev, and that I have come on board with to help with storyline, marketing, and other things. So we want players to get these block explorers. We don't want to set the bar so high that you're just grinding and grinding, or you have to pay to earn one of these. You do not have any type of fee to get into Uplandia. It is a free-to-play game. You do not have to own properties in Upland. However, it is helpful. The idea is to acclimate people that their assets in Upland have value as utility in these layer 2 games. That's what we've done. Fresh Meadows Queens properties are currently the ones that you can use. Next up is obviously the city opening, which will be Japan, so you can use any of your Japanese properties. But then Bronxdale for Cheese's node over there in Bronx, that's the value that we're building on top of this. So we are building this fantasy RPG that you're going to be able to use these block explorers, that those become utility. That will be a piece of a set of armor that once you construct and build and craft all the pieces of armor, voila, now you've got extra boost. So that's what we've done here. And that's what the variants, if you want to scroll down, Ben, that's what those variants are. So that people like, oh, it's only +2 or +1. Yeah, but there's an entire set of armor that you'll be able to earn with these.
That's so cool.
That's cool. So now in order to qualify that, you need to complete the initial minimum gameplay requirements. Is that kind of almost like a training thing once you first land?
You nailed it. So that's the other part of this. It's an ease you in, low barrier of entry. Hop over to the Discord. All you got to do is read the starting guide. If you don't want to do that, you can click around, but it's just a command that you're typing in to a channel that then pops open a direct message between you and the gameplay of Uplandia. You play in your own Discord direct message back and forth with the game. Now, later on, there is going to be more of the player versus player, area versus player, but this is not meant to create this overpowering, I have all the goodies, you have to be under me. You have your own solo gameplay, but then there is some cooperative and there is some protection in this. So in my opinion, it is more balanced and it is more of a cooperative community type of gameplay. It's not what village can we burn down next?
Okay, so you complete the initial kind of whatever you call it.
Yeah, you open up. You go here, you click there, you talk to people, you do quests, and you open up the town of Fresh Meadows, so you can have all the things accessed. Yes.
So you complete that, and then it says once you've done that, you're invited to enter the Uplandia portal to Tokyo. Is that an automated process, or do you have to tell somebody in the Discord, or how does that part work?
Nope, it opens up automatically, and it gives you a little message, and you have been sent. There is a messenger that comes to you who is a little situationally aware because they are in grave danger and they have been sent from your samurai master that you have known from the past, who is in need of you, traveler, you adventurer, your aid to help as a terrible plot has unfolded, and you are the only one that can help.
Nice. And once you get there, there's 4 quests to complete. And once you've done that, you'll earn one of the 4 Samurai Mask variants. So again, that'll be randomly put out there. So yeah, this is I had Uplandia on my to-do list for this weekend to finally get in and have a dig around. So perfect timing.
Yeah, players are experiencing, in terms of them actually getting into the game of Uplandia and going to Japan and completing it under 3 hours, some in an hour only to do this. So we have continued to balance the gameplay. It looks at your level and adjusts from there. But there's so many little nuggets in the game. There's things that are dropped. There's all kinds of templates. There's all kinds of rewards. And that's to incentivize you to go back and take a look at deeper, not just to do the quests. And I will tell you, the Son of the Samurai, there is it's a play on words in there. And as the story unfolds, that we worked really hard on, we've had players say this really captures sort of that time and that place and the culture and the honorability of it. We did the best that we could to offer up a really cool story. And that's another part of it. It is a story that will utilize the base where we're going with Uplandia, but players, creators like a Morecheese. There are others that are also working in this that are partners. Those stories play a huge role in where you're about to go with this. So if we could do it all tomorrow, we would. It takes time.
Yeah, well, especially if you're talking about how all the bots that run are all automated and that with all of the storylines you've got going on. I can't imagine the work that's involved in the back end in setting that all up. Must be a lot of meetings and a lot of powwowing, discussing and brainstorming.
It is. It is. And it's fun to do that. Part of this is that collaborative spirit, working on it. We have 3 people that are a part of Uplandia. We have a developer, we have creative, and then we have kind of my jack of all trades part. But it's great because we all have the common goal. We are working very hard. We have the Discord set up for suggestions and bugs and things we're fixing and balancing and trying to really create this fun gameplay that you don't have to do 60 hours. Like, this isn't a AAA title that we spent multi-millions on. This is us trying to offer really a layer 2 that includes all of your Upland assets, the legits, the block explorers, even the vehicles. I mean, everything you're going to be able to utilize inside of Uplandia. But this was the first time that we got people acclimated to a block explorer can now be used for a boost in stats. Okay. So you can imagine that there will be more and more and more. And even if you bring your block explorer in, there'll be something special that you don't even know about, that boosts your stats.
Now, I know some of these layer 2 projects have been, I don't know if accused is the right word, but it's connotations of having like favoritism or walled gardens or something like that as far as getting involved with them. I know you've talked about this on the UDU podcast and that, but can you just reiterate as well? Like, if somebody does have a node project or they're looking to get involved on a more than a gameplay basis, there are avenues for that to take place. Yeah.
Yeah. And Angela is a perfect example of that. When we first opened this up, it was about having a partnership, an early adopter partnership, and people that were interested that said, hey, I really like to do something. We started and crafted a forum. All you have to do is direct message myself, Uplando, in the Discord of Upland or in Uplandia and say, hey, I've got something that I'd like to do. It could be a street that you have built out. It could be a full node. It could be something even just that are a few properties around a lake or something that you would want to do. The thing about it is that you ultimately, that partner is the creator of the content, and that takes a lot. But when you have such creative people, like one of the great things about this is that you recognize a Morecheese piece of art in the world of Uplandia, and that's going to shine. The story and what she's created and the lore about it is so much fun. It's fun to get in there and do, and then that's what we are offering up. So yes, please direct message me. There is a process. Some people look at the process and go, wait, that's too much, But for those,
perfect. It's a very good filter between the talkers and the doers.
Yeah. And you know where I learned that from? I learned that from you guys, from the UDU, and learning it from where you do your part of that. Yes, it is that part of it. And I got to tell you, and I'll do this and I'll get maybe hung for it, but because I haven't announced some of these, but players like Zoe and Shacklin and Angela, oh, hey, look at that. They're all females. But you know what? It doesn't matter because they busted their ass to help do this. And others like yourself, Ben, and then other players who are just creating quests and that are doing things, they know how big of a bite they can take. And it's really, we are open to anyone, but you've got to reach out to us and you got to want to do it. And then there you go. We work with you.
And you can put the work in. You can even reach out to me. Like, I've had a few people reach out to me and I got their information over to Uplando and he's reached out back to them. So, however you feel more comfortable, if you want to put the work in, just, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. We are so close to getting. We needed to do this so that we could show that the block explorers have utility, another asset besides properties. Now, when you move forward and another neighborhood, people are like, well, I can't afford Bronxdale. Here's the thing. We are putting a spotlight. Look, Fresh Meadows still has multiple properties. Still has multiple properties over there that we opened up the first. The reason that we do this with work with nodes is because look at how much work they put into it. Look at a MTU, look at a Bronxdale, look at Monero, look at these other areas in LA and in Chicago. TMS, Tim over there is doing a great job, and so is Musita. All these players are bringing their area and they're building out their lore and the story that they want to tell that helps leverage all of what they've already built. So it's not from beginner, you just have to want to. That's it.
And you don't have to own property in those neighborhoods to be involved in the storylines and stuff. Is that correct? No. That gives you an extra that's like a cherry on the top almost.
Yeah, it is. Again, our whole goal had been to tell a great story, involve as many people from the community as possible, and then give them the control and the power to utilize the assets that they have in Upland, right? So property, yes, that's the base. That's the basic. If you're in Upland, you own at least a few properties. And then as you go on, maybe your outdoor decor, which is otherwise known as map assets. I mean, you never know. You may be able to have a surfer on and it does something, right? It gives you a little bit more of a boost. You may be able to have a structure ornament or original cheese. Look, all of this is going to come together. Again, if we could just develop this all that's in our minds and just pop it into the game, we would, but we're incrementally rolling it out, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and don't underestimate how much is involved. How many hours do you think if you had to spitball it, Cheese, how many hours do you think you've put in so far, and how many more to go?
God, every day on my free time for like the last month and a half. Is that right, Uplando?
Yeah, and I want to put emphasis on that. You're going to see Angela's original artwork. Okay, that's one of the things, and that's, you don't have to do that. We have AI that's available to you to be able to create the images that you want to go along with the story that a player would create to have an expansion inside of Uplandia. We went to Morecheese because we want Morecheese art in Uplandia, and it's
weird. It's weird.
It's so very good. Weird.
I don't even know if AI could even create the stuff. Some of the stuff. Some of the stuff maybe. Some of the stuff I don't. Yeah.
Can you leak can we tell them what the main characters are? Can you tell you can tell them what you want
that one you showed me last night. Can you bring that one up?
No,
please.
No.
Oh no.
No, that was the boss.
Oh, that's the boss. That is the boss. Okay.
That you have to fight hard to see that one.
You do. I love the theme that she has and what we're doing. You know what I love about it is that it's a twist on what you would normally think as a utility that would otherwise be in real life. Like, you need to do this. This is stereotypically what this animal, this character, this person does. She flips that. She flips that on its head and offers it to you in a new way. And it fits because it's a fantasy part of it. But to wrap on that, on what I'm saying is, we have worked very hard to put this platform out there. And we started it just at the time that Genesis was going on. We took second in the innovation track. And it's in production. Okay. We have been steamrolling this along. We have not stopped. We have listened to feedback. We have listened to suggestions. We have put it in. We worked really hard with Upland, and people are completing the quests. It's not like they're having this huge, heavy lift, this huge barrier of entry. It's just get over there and get acclimated to it, and you never know. You're going to have something you can put into the game. Go for it.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to put that out there, pardon me, as like to discourage people in regards to the amount of work that's involved, but it is a reality check, and that's something, as you said, we've tried to push forward through the UDU, or even when Cheese, D-Tech, and myself were pushing out our kind of Samurai Aquatics meetings. You cannot underestimate the time and effort that's involved, and I think we're starting to see that happening now with there's a lot of people who've applied for factories in Upland, and then they've been approved. Their factory's okay. Your factory is now open, and they're like, well, what am I going to make in this? they've applied for the factory before they even have any products even kind of on the way. They don't have a designer in place, and now there's people searching for designers among a very small pool of people that are actually out there capable, that are not only are capable of doing the 3D work, but are also capable of taking the risks associated with working with somebody they don't know, sort of thing too. So yeah, there's a lot of putting the cart before the horse I'm seeing in the community. So,
Ben, there's something to be said for this, and this is, I would encourage anybody. It's a lot of times when I was doing the show nightly in the cafe, and people will maybe sometimes kind of discourage you. Look, you unless you're a phenom, you are not a professional overnight. You have to start what you aspire to, and that's in art and with anything. And what you do is you progress and you progress and you progress. One of the ways to learn something from somebody is to start with somebody that has already gone through all of that growth and learn from them what they have done, because they have all of that trial and error. Ben, you and Angela couldn't be a more better kind of, I don't want to see you derogatory, poster children for that, right? So you learn all this stuff and say, hey, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Don't touch the stove. It's hot. Like, all those things come into play. And that's what I would encourage people to do. Start with already established groups. Find somebody that has your same kind of likes, that is along the same speed as where you want to go with this. Start volunteering, do some things, learn the ropes, and then take that knowledge and go forward. It doesn't come easy, but it is worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze.
Juice is worth the squeeze. I love it. Yeah. Just to speak for myself, like, we started talking about Uplandia and, potentially you getting involved, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. And initially, when you have these first ideas, you get a lot of, brain farts, as I call them, and you get those out there. But I've set aside 6 hours this weekend to, look through what are the actual requirements and start to put a more itemized plan together. So I tend to work very well with checklists or, bullet points. Okay, first I need to do this and tick that off, that kind of motivates me. So I'll be spending upwards of 6 hours this weekend just getting that kind of list put together in my own head, in my own words. So
the beautiful part about that is what you're doing is you're structuring the content so that the developer can take that content and it's almost code ready, so that developer can then drop in the images, the text, and what is required. That helps the process. This is an assembly line to say, to give it in that manner. We are, as these early adopters, thank you. So you know who you are. Thank you for going through and helping us, because we were building the plane as we were flying it on this form. Later, it will be a drop-down box, and you do this and you click that and you put this here and you do that there. There's still the work that's involved, but the process will become a bit more focused, and the actual walkthrough of the form that you would fill out will be there. I've seen some of the ideas and some of the concepts of what that is cooking up over there for the red robes, and I love it. And so as we move forward, it will all come together. So greatly appreciated.
Maybe I could ask you, Cheese, how did you personally keep track of, because you're vastly further along in the process than I am. I'm not even at the beginning stages. How did you keep track of, your workflow and your storylines and that? Is it all up in your head, or did you get it out on paper on your whiteboards, or how are you keeping track of it all?
I had the application that Uplando created, which is really quite awesome, because you get to like put everything there. So you could just kind of storyline right on that.
Yeah, it's a shared document that I sent out that had the framework, and then we all worked together to build it out. So if you wanted to actually start doing that, direct message me. I'll share a Google Doc out to you that has the framework, just the framework of it. And then I explain it to you. This is what this section is. This is what this means in. We're PG-13 and you can't have this, And so then after you go through that initial walkthrough, people go, this seems like a lot of work. And I don't know if I'm ready for that, or I'm ready to dig in.
Yeah. That's kind of the point that I'm at now. I'll probably approach it as I used to do with my assignments, where you get your assignment requirement document, which is kind of essentially what you've shared. And then I'll break that down into sections and then kind of put it in my own words, put my own ideas, and then flesh it out in little paragraphs and images and whatnot. So,
yeah, and then one of the things that we'll do is for players that have, you mentioned, Ben, the players that have structure ornament or outdoor map assets, then like Morecheese, the Pixel Palace, right, that's going to be, we'll start to churn out those pieces of map assets. I can't say how to decor. And then those have utility. Those will have a role to play in there. And so this is one of the beautiful parts about it. People won't just go into your area and quest through it and then be done with it. It's a callback to these areas because more and more will be added. So you got to go back through and you got to go create and go grab the thing that creates the armor, that creates the boost, that creates the stuff. Now you got to go find out what's happened over with the red robes and the things that are going on. These all intertwine each other, and it's building towards a really cool storyline. And the basics of Uplandia is there is some kind of energy, there's some kind of force that's altering the realm, the entire world of Uplandia. And people are being attacked by otherwise docile creatures in the forest that they have and where they're at. Why would a cute little bunny or a cute little mouse or some other kind of critter attack you in the forest? Well, you're going to find out. That's why you're questing through. You're meeting these higher powered overlords that are otherwise the bosses in the game, and they all have a little part to play. So what will you choose? Will you be a neutral, good or bad? Who are you amongst this fight in Uplandia?
I think, that's well, I guess that I could ask the same question of you that I asked of Cheese. Like, Cheese is managing her individual storylines within her individual segment, but you're juggling those individual storylines amongst a much bigger picture. How are you keeping track of that all? Are you actively searching for storylines that match in, or are you adjusting and evolving as the things come through?
Adjusting and evolving. Early adopter partner program was announced, and that was the earliest people that got in. It's ongoing. Early adopter is closed for the most part. Now we're post early adopter. So it's about 25 to 30 individuals with different levels from quests to full nodes that have parts in there. It could be as simple as, which this is so much fun, and I love to call X1 out on this because he's the only player in the history so far of Uplandia that did perish during a training mission that he was in. And so, I mean, people do have different experiences through that, but there is a monument that you will be able to find that commemorates the fallen X1 that was taken. So nice. And it's all tongue in cheek and it's good fun. So it's something as simple as that, just an area in a forest that you want to commemorate. And that literally is a 1.5 pages to up to 40 plus pages in a shared Google document that would be a full expansion. So that's how we're managing them per Google Doc that we have that is interfacing on Discord. But once they get the understanding of the flow of the document and how it works, we just turn them loose and off they go. Now, I have had, fun working with Angela, just in tears and laughing ourselves into a fit because of some of the things that she's coming up with and other people that we're doing that with. That's how I'm managing it all. So you know how you guys both know how it is. It's a lot.
And I just want to thank you for taking time to help me with the enemies, because the story I did, it was great, but coming out with the many different enemies, Uplando did help me a great deal. So thank you for putting the time in for me.
Very welcome. Thanks for saying. It's so much fun. That's a part of it, Ben. So again, you find people that you can work with, and then you go on Discord, you start a Discord call, and you literally sit there and go through the document and say, oh, what about this? And then they can do that. And then what about that? And then it just organically grows. And before you know it, you just have this wonderful creative flow and process, and then it works itself through. You get the details done. Then you say, okay, we're buttoning it up onto the development stage. So we're testing Cheese's area now, as we were testing Japan. And very soon we will announce that, and then you'll be able to jump over there. So that's kind of the process. It does take some time, but I think we've come such a long way. I've never run out of words, but it's a lot of fun. We're trying to bring layer 2 utility to every asset that you have in Upland, as I know that they are doing as well in parallel with us all. So we're trying.
Awesome. All right. Not gonna try and poke him and prod him to spill the beans on anything else, Cheese?
This is a lot of beans he spilled today.
Boss.
But question for you, Uplando, do you see in the future kind of like nodes, neighborhood streets that are in the game kind of like having a bit of a war system?
Yeah, so there is, but it's more based upon what you choose as your alignment. So if you're good, bad, or neutral, it really is more that. We didn't want to say, okay, you just attack this person. It's whatever your alignment is. And then that's how we're looking at the combat system. And I think that as we start to continue to craft that, you'll find that it's not, I have more X and I have more X and I bought more X and I've taken more X. There's something different that's going on here. It's not based upon a pay to win. It's based upon how all of those elements fit together. So if there is again, your alignment is only 3 things. If you're good or bad or neutral, you could be in some kind of squabble and somebody chooses a side and they then swing, the battle, the combat, and what that outcome could be. There's also retreat. So that's something I'll drop and I'll just get a little sneak peek to. If you're in a battle, you don't have to stay there until you're flat on the ground. You can retreat to save, to fight another day. So it's not about squashing. It's about really individuals and their groups trying to ascend to a place that they want to be. It's not squashing the other guy. It's your individual co-opt gameplay to reach a different level. So it's a little bit of different type of approach.
Oh, so like you mentioned good, bad, neutral. So are there going to be activities that, depending on how many goods, how many neutrals, how many bads, a certain faction will get a benefit depending on how much good or bad is going on?
Yeah, it's really the 101s. You nailed it. So 101's of storytelling, right? It's George Lucas. You've got the dark side of the force, the good side of the force, and you got some neutral players in there. And so, yes, you are going to be able to choose where you want to be in all of this, and you'll come to the aid of others. But the whole of the gameplay is not about attacking each other. As you said, Angela, it's making choices that will determine the outcome of your game, not another's. So you just can't go running over into somebody's backyard and start swinging swords, because if you do something like that, you could get yourself in a whole heap of trouble. Okay. You think you're going to go marching in somewhere, you could do yourself a real disservice by doing that. It's about that. I want to just make that one last emphasis. Uplandia is a story that you are actively in. Your decisions have ramifications at a certain point in the game. So it's interesting because those actions you can look back on. So you can say, that's crazy. I would have never expected my character to turn out that way. But you get to look back and see the things you've done that have brought you to where you are.
Choose your own adventure. Yes.
Yes. So that's it in a nutshell. We're very happy to have it. Get over to Uplandia, drop the link in there and play. It's very Discord. It's user-friendly, low barrier of entry. Get your Block Explorer. Get your Block Explorer. There's 4 of them. You can do they have different stats. They have different bonuses. So people will be trading these and and it'll be good to see what these do in the open market. This is the first time outside of you being able to take Block Explorers over to Ethereum and sell them on OpenSea that you've got a utility that you can play in a game that gives you a boost. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, well, the Block Explorer utility has been spruiked about for a very long time. I mean, I guess we kind of see it in the car racing. I know I've played around with different Block Explorers and they seem to do different things, but there's no official stats released as part of that. You're just kind of pissing in the wind almost when you're experimenting.
Yeah, this is something that we have chosen to structure. So you know what you're getting. And when you pair those with different items, of course, a more full set that is all congruent with each other that fits in the set will give you that extra bonus. Anybody who's played Diablo or done anything like that will know that's how it is. So, and that's another thing. Not to borrow a feather from Diablo, but if you are venturing and you are a character who has chosen good as your alignment, and you come upon an area that you see a magical item, but it is not in your alignment, you may just have to sit there and look at it. You may not even be able to pick it up. So those rewards and those choices, yes. So those choices that you make, you may be tempted to go and do the thing that would allow you to pick it up, but is it worth it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Or you could join a cult and wear a red robe, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yes, that might be a good way to drop the mic on the end there. I think that was pretty good. Unless there's any other questions you had for him, Cheesy?
Nope.
All good. All right, Lando, are you going to stick around for some shitty articles?
Yeah, if you don't mind, and I will shut my mouth and let you guys do the talk and ask me anything along the way.
All right, we'll chime in. It may very well be that it doesn't matter what we do in Upland, because we may no longer be the king on the hill. We might be headed for the abyss, the entire sector. There is a new kid on the block, Cheese. Have you heard of this?
No.
What was Trump's famous phrase, drain the swamp? Well, there's a new kid on the block looking to fill the swamp. Fill the swamp. Fill the swamp.
What is this? What do you speak of?
So check this out for a headline.
The swamp set to offer stiff competition. Whoa. For Upland, Splinterlands as top blockchain metaverse. I'm just happy they mentioned Upland.
Yeah. Yes. So the swamp is apparently some new blockchain project that's kicking off, and they're just putting it out straight away that they're going to take the top spot here. That's a big call to make. I did do some clickety-clacketing around. I haven't actually read the article. I just got a few things prepped. So yes, what is the swamp? Be bold with Digitoads. All right, does that just make you want to get your checkbook out, your credit card out, FOMO away into it? No?
No.
No? All right, well, we'll see. With the global Web3 gaming market projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of about 68%, blockchain ICOs are becoming increasingly influential in the gaming industry. Digitoads, with the ticker, of course, Toads, with its metaverse, the Swamp, is poised to challenge the established platforms like Upland, UPX, and Splinterlands, SPS. They're throwing down the gauntlet. This cutting-edge blockchain ICO combines P2E gaming, NFT staking, and community governance with an immersive virtual reality experience. That goes on to say, Digitoads entices crypto enthusiasts and gamers to explore a world filled with captivating opportunities and potential financial gains as the Swamp gears up for its official launch. The competition in the blockchain metaverse space is about to heat up, making Digitoads the best cryptocurrency to anticipate for lucrative rewards and fun. In this article, we explore the groundbreaking innovations of Digitoads gameplay and how it sets itself apart as a top blockchain metaverse.
So what does it look like?
It looks like shit.
What?
Yes.
Continue.
So it says Digitoads' revolutionary metaverse, aptly named the Swamp, seamlessly blends blockchain and gaming, offering an unparalleled experience to users. Through Digitoads gaming, players enter a world of Digitoads, each represented by a unique NFT with distinct traits. players can collect, battle, and train their Digitoads to participate in thrilling turn-based battle against other players. As Digitoads emerges as a top blockchain metaverse contender, it creates a competitive yet entertaining gameplay experiences. They're speaking about something in present tense that has not even kicked off yet. So
if all
one
they
of its
have, go ahead.
Oh, finish your thought.
If all they have is battles, then I can't see how it's going to really go up against Upland.
Yeah, well, apparently you can stake and all sorts of stuff. So one of the standout features of the Swamp is its P2E model, which is battling, allowing players to earn Toads tokens as rewards for their active participation in the gaming ecosystem. Yeah, defeating, blah, blah, blah. This gamification aspect adds an exciting layer to the traditional concept of cryptocurrency and gives real value to in-game achievements. Beyond the gaming aspect, the Swamp boasts a dynamic NFT staking and reward system. Toads holders can stake their NFTs, and in return, they receive a portion of the staking pool. This feature incentivizes players to hold their NFTs for longer periods, thus increasing their potential rewards. So yes, we've got some kind of P2E battle system. We've got staking. And then in its final stage, the Digitoads pre-sale has raised over 6.7 million, highlighting its popularity as a groundbreaking blockchain ICO. With 378 million tokens sold, pre-sale's imminent conclusion is about 9 days underscores the unwavering community backing. No, that does not underscore the unwavering community backing. For me, as somebody who was involved heavily in ICOs back in 2017, 2018, this underscores the wild speculation that would be happening with this project, would be my guess.
Yeah, this is. Could you? Is there any gameplay? Is there any art to this at all?
Yep, there sure is. Let me see. They go on to rag about Uplands there. So I did go ahead and click some of these links. So I've got those ready here. So I probably can't see it. Maybe it's up here. So yeah, this is the website landing page. It looks, okay. Let's whatever. So they've had, they're saying the pre-sale ends in 4 days. There's almost 95% of tokens have been sold, and there's links there.
94% sold, but then there's like 17 million remaining.
Yeah, because of the total supply. Yeah.
Jesus. How much were there in total?
Well, 17 million remaining, 381 million sold, so 400 million.
Wow.
Something like that. So the price is 0.05 USD equals $1 worth of Toads. I don't know. And then this is a basic classic landing page. But yeah, look at the art. Toads NFT sneak peek. That's pretty much the NFT artwork, which that's kind of cute, but
but what about the actual world? Like if they say it's a metaverse, or are they thinking that these cards are the metaverse?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, look at this imagery here. Look, it's very childish.
It looks like a page from the highlights book you used to go into, like a dentist office or something. You used to get
highlights. I remember that.
Yeah. So you can sign up here, as I said, 0.05 USD. The links for this will not be in the description because do your own research, yada, yada, yada. Not financial advice. So here, this is for the NFTs. Now, you can mint the NFTs now. The NFTs are 0.1 Ethereum plus gas fees. What's Ethereum? Like 1,800, something like that. So you're talking about $180 plus gas fees. So probably somewhere in the order of $200 plus for one of these NFTs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, for one of the, I believe these are so it's the what is the word I can never say, Cheese? Generative. Generative one. So you've got this one, it's got a hat, and then it's going to have a this, and it's got to have a that. So, yeah. So I just found it very interesting. They're just putting it out there like, yeah, we're the new kids on the block. We're going to take over. So let's see what they say about Upland. Upland, experience the thrill of property trading. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so it's just giving them a heads up, and same for Splinterland. So that's kind of fair enough. it's kind of like you said, Cheese. At least they're mentioning it, and it's free advertising.
It's free.
Yeah, you know, there's a movie called 24 Hour Party People, and in it, Tony Wilson is the he was signing bands in the 80s that were incredible, like Joy Division and Happy Mondays. And one of the things that is said in the movie, you know, they're talking bad about you, Tony. They're trashing Tony, and the other character says he doesn't care as long as they talk about him. So yeah. That, you know, it's there. You go. You're only aspiring to be that which you are calling out. So, you know, you got training wheels on with your little frogs here. We'll see in a year where you get hippity hop with your frogs.
Oh, look at that. Yes. Yeah. I don't think they're even frogs yet. They're barely even out of the tadpole stage, are they?
Yeah, I would agree. So this is go ahead, Ben. Sorry, I gotta watch myself here.
That was a really good
good slap. Yes. So yeah, for them to say it's successful pre-sale and overwhelming community support demonstrates the project's potential to disrupt the gaming industry, that's a big call. That is a very big call. So
this is 101, just taking stuff out of any marketing class. Like, yeah, you did a great job. Thanks for your either paid advertisement, your article that you did here or whatever. Yep. That's really great. It's fantastic. You people did a really good job on that. But where is the pudding? Like, where are you going with this? And again, this is a way. It is a strategy. So we'll see how well this all turns out. We'll see if you're at NFT NYC this year. We'll see where you are in the big the game with dApps and how you come along. In my opinion, this looks 2 years old in terms of what they're offering and how they're putting it out there. This is nothing new. This is basing it off a token. You're selling it on Ethereum. You're taking the money in. You know, do something brave. Put the game out and then sell based upon the merits of your game. So thank you for your grift, may I even say. And I'll say that with a very light part of salt so I don't get sued for it. But we'll see.
Can you say all about the pudding like Bill Cosby?
Sorry about the pudding. It was in the pudding.
Thank you, Uplando.
Toads are worth the pudding. I don't think there's any pudding in toads.
Oh my God! Yes,
that was like a Bill Cosby and Elvis.
It was, yeah, shaking. Bill Cosby shaking his knee, thrusting his hips.
Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. You have to edit all that out.
No,
yes. No. So yes, the link for this article will be in the description. But as far as engaging in anything further than that, do so at your own risks and your own kind of risk management system. I will not be touching this green, toady, swampy thing with a 10-foot pole. Been there, done that. No, thank you. So let's X out of that. Now, let me get out of there. And I think the next one. Aha! The Metaverse is cancelled. Brands continue to shelving Metaverse plans. Metaverses are all over. So you can't be the top Metaverse because the Metaverse is dead.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin is dead too. I think that's yeah.
This is what happens when Ben chooses the articles. He's always putting the funny ones.
No, I always go roller coaster. But I always like to start, you know, what is it? The whole sandwich technique or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I do that instinctively. See how we go. So yes. Is the Metaverse cancelled? It all depends on who you ask. On the one hand, industry analysts will still see incredible potential in the concept of a new virtual environment for work and play. Researchers suggest global Metaverse investment will surpass 1.3 trillion, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, they talk about Apple Vision Quo. Is the Metaverse cancelled? Goes on to talk about Zuck, you know, they're laying off employees, pulling back. So we're not going to dive into all of that. I just think people... One of the reasons I pulled this article up as a discussing point is I think people are still completely missing the point. You know, can you go to the Metaverse? No. So the Metaverse cannot be cancelled because the Metaverse isn't a singular thing. It's a concept. It's an evolution of the internet. We've had Web 2. We go to Web 3. It's your Amazon marketplace. It's going to be in an upgraded, different thing. It's your buying things from, McDonald's, well, you're not ordering at the cashier, you're buying it on a tablet. There's PO apps and blah 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 blah. Cheese.
I'm wondering if she's associating the whole metaverse to just meta because she looks young. I'm not trying to be an ageist here, but the first thing she mentions as the metaverse is Meta and Zuckerberg. Like, could it be that she just thinks that Facebook and Meta are the whole metaverse and doesn't really know better?
Yeah, I don't know, because she does mention here Roblox and Decentraland as being part of it, and Apple Vision. So I don't know.
No, that's
So yeah,
true. That's true.
Wait. What was
major
that XR? Wait, go back there. What did she say about XR? What's the XR market?
Where is that?
XR means mixed reality, doesn't it? Means AI, AR, VR.
AR, VR.
AR
Yeah.
it's VR, and XR I don't know is a thing unless that's recently been put into the lexicon.
Yeah,
Augmented
it's
reality.
terminology.
Yeah, so maybe do some research on your terminology, or maybe I'm not educated yet, but
No, that's on you, because
Yeah.
AR and VR, if you have a system that combines them both, that's being called now XR. Kind of means mixed reality. So you've got
that's on me.
augmented reality. Yeah, you old grandpa.
Yeah,
Aw,
yeah,
ageist.
yeah.
Yeah. So what I said, it talks about Disney, major metaverse projects being cancelled. Microsoft cancelled their HoloLens.
I think she's just like I think the author is just focusing on everything that failed. Like, what about stuff that is thriving in countries where they champion it? Oh my God, Google. I was gonna say the word champion and then I saw it on the screen. Yeah.
Nice. There you go. Yeah. So are issues with the XR market to blame for metaverse blips? I think one of the biggest problems with the whole thing is when Facebook rebranded itself as Meta from the get-go, but yet it hadn't really done anything. That kind of like lexicon terminology wasn't really widely established in like the mainstream. So I think it was one of those cases where they put the cart before the horse. I think that's turned around to bite them in the ass, because, classically they put out these things, and remember Zuckerberg was having to threaten his employees, hey, start using this because we've put it out there and you need to use it for your meetings. Stop using Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because it was just not already.
A lot of this is all self engagement. I mean, this is just something to write about. If again, the only thing that's going to be constant in any of this is food, air, and water. I mean, if you're talking about different cycles of, popular different types of the in thing to do, people are going to be interested in these niche, environments and these offerings. But it doesn't matter how big you get. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, this is obviously somebody that's exercising their craft in writing. So I would take this with the grain of salt in which it's written on. It's just a lot of words. It's trying to point out a few things that are happening in the industry. But if you're not in one of these and not playing them, do you really know about it? Or are you just trying to brush by some highlights and print an article?
Yeah. My point has always been, do you even have to know about it? I think real mainstream adoption is going to come from, you're going to be engaging in these next level internet things. Specifically, I always go back to bureaucracy, like, driver's license and bank accounts and yada, yada, yada. You're going to be engaged in these things and not even knowing that you're using a metaverse platform. It's just going to be the next evolution of the internet. There was a time when we were using the internet and online shopping with a credit card was you're freaking crazy. Or engaging in any sort of online dating app was just like, whoa, that's just insane. And yet here we are. This is just the norm. Everybody just does it. So I think that's people are missing the point of the whole merge from Web 2 to Web 3. I think they're missing the whole point. They're looking too much at like names and specifics. Can't see the forest for the trees almost.
Yeah, it's just throw everything you can to create an article to get it printed. So well done, but meh.
No soup for you. So is the metaverse cancelled? The jury is still out. Yeah, well, as I said, you can't cancel something that's not a singularity. So
I guess my subscription to XR is the only thing that's canceled today. XR today, you're canceled.
nice. I don't know. All right. Now, speaking of somebody who doesn't believe that the metaverse is over and who's getting out there and investing some time, energy, resources, oh, mate, Paris Hilton cheese. Paris Hilton aims to change how brands view the metaverse.
Oh, good for her.
And look where she's landing.
Roblox, smart lady.
Yes, new Roblox world will host the star's media empire while offering real estate to brands. The name.
What is that?
Sliving Land?
Oh,
why are the names always so bad?
Sliving Gland.
It doesn't look like that.
What? Sliving Gland?
Sliving Gland.
What the fuck is sliving?
Yeah, sorry, Cheese. I can't do the audio podcast next week. I need to get my sliving gland removed.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the names on these are always so cringe.
Is it single living? I don't. What does that mean?
Living land.
That might be it.
Living land.
Sliving Land. I don't know. Do you want to take this away, Cheese?
Paris Hilton is on a mission to change how brands approach the metaverse, not as a one and done game, but as a social channel to build into long-term media strategies. Hilton, who proclaims herself the queen of the metaverse, views herself and her virtual creations as a bridge for brands to be able to come into the metaverse because it's obviously such a new world for so many brands and they don't know how to come in. Now, all right, what I think is wrong with this. When she says brand, so she's proclaiming herself the queen of the metaverse, even though people from the metaverse haven't really heard anything about her until right now. And she's going to bring in brands. Like, is it going to be another sandbox where it's only like name brand corporations and movie stars and singers? Or is she going to somehow incorporate the community with this?
Very good question, because if you don't have a community, is it even anything? So let's see, what else does it say? Hilton today unveiled her latest Roblox world, Living Land, with the goal of shifting how brands view activating in the metaverse, as well as being the intersection for the hottest topics in marketing, fandom, emerging technology, and the creator economy. Living Land will host Hilton's media empire while also offering real estate to brands. So yeah, that part there, that sounds very sandboxy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Offering real estate. So she's going to be selling areas of real estate in her Living Land to brands.
To important people.
Yeah. So instead of, live next door to Snoop Dogg in the sandbox, move in next to Paris Hilton in Roblox. Okay. Visually, it melds Hilton's unique brand of all things pink, bedazzled, veloured, flip-phoned, and electronica into a neon-lit city skyscape. Okay, skyscape users can visit venues that host the creators' music, podcasts, and shows, as well as games, events, and product drops, such as digital pets and a limited line of 2000s fashions to celebrate Living Land. Yeah, where's this freaking name come from? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to get all my celebrity friends in and influencers, blah, 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 blah. Sure. Yep. Pump the bags.
Yeah.
You know what I feel about this?
Pump it down.
What?
That's not hot.
That's not hot at all. That is not hot. I agree.
Didn't it come out? I thought I heard something where that whole accent she put on, that Valley Girl accent, it was just all an act. She doesn't actually talk like that.
Who does? Who? This is all just. Everybody's putting on a show, right? It's all a character. And somebody said this will be a good idea, and then a whole team puts it together and said this is what you can say, and then we'll do a cool puff piece, and here we go, and throw out some cool names, and you get in, you can play from your living room in your living chair.
I'm not gonna lie, I did watch her show with Nicole.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining. like
Yeah.
for the cringe factor. Yes.
Yeah.
How's that for a number there? Look, Roblox said the platform's young community of 66 million active users. Oof.
Young community, that right there. Like she's promoting 2000 stuff. Like,
Yep.
wouldn't you want to reinvent yourself like Madonna and do what the kids want instead of what you want? I mean,
no.
don't get me wrong, like 90s were my bag, baby. Yeah. But I know that that's not what kids want.
Mm.
Well, it's
But
not
then
what kids want, it's what she wants them to want.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've also, talked about, wanting to get a piece of the action and get some money out of these kids. They typically have a lot of money to spend, so maybe
Yeah,
it's
but
very business savvy.
It's not business savvy because she's selling them what she wants to sell them, not what they want to buy.
Not what they want, yeah.
Well, if they buy it, then it is worth her, time to do it because again, we'll see if you're really passionate about something and you're doing it 5 years later. Or if today you're a DJ, tomorrow you're a movie actress, then the next day you're on Dancing with the Stars, and then you're shilling tacos or whatever it is that she's doing. I mean, that's your role. You are a celebrity in terms of a professional whatever. I mean, you got to kind of work at being a pro. So I will give her this. She's worked on who she is as a celebrity, and she's able to get these companies to go.
Not recently. Not recently. Like Kira, she plays Roblox, right?
Kiara, yeah.
Is she going to go for somebody who is Taylor Swift, who's been out there, who's been doing it recently, and this and that, or Paris Hilton, somebody who hasn't come into the spotlight for years, for maybe even a decade, and
it's a very good point.
Yeah, it's like nobody knows her.
Yeah, I doubt she would have a clue who she is. Yeah,
like why would parents even want their kids to know her, like with the whole sex tape and stuff?
She's doing it's a good point. But she's doing commercials now. She's doing Taco Bell commercials. Like, if you want something hot, go try the spicy Dorito, taco, and staying relevant in that means, yes, if you look at the history of what and how you got there, I mean, the Roblox, again, is this a passion or is this a money play? Like,
money play. Money play.
Well, I think the key to that might be right here. Read that one, Cheese.
Hilton was an early adopter of Web3 technologies, launching digital wearables as early as 2015. I don't remember this. And beginning to develop her other metaverse community, Paris World. I don't remember that. But obviously the technology hadn't caught up with me yet.
Yes, apparently she released Paris World in 2017 with a metaverse community, but she was too ahead of the game, Cheese.
But like, if in that case, wouldn't it still be around, and she can't like just add to it and stuff?
Yep, that was where I was going to go with that. Absolutely. Like, if it was something she was passionate about, would you just say, "Oh, the tech's not there yet, so I'll just give up on it," or would you keep evolving it as the tech evolves?
Exactly.
So, no, yes. It'll be 5 years from now. When we released Living Land, the community wasn't ready for it, and now we're to Bingo Bongo Land, and Bingo Bongo Land is now the cutting edge, and Paris is on the cutting edge. She's walking a tightrope. She's on the hair of the blade of the knife. Let's welcome our next money grab.
I'm writing that down. Buy bingobongoland.com. Yes.
I'm in Paris World right now.
Oh, so it's still available, is it?
Well,
I'll jump out. Do you want to share it up?
Can you buy things? Is it a buy thing?
It's Roblox. Of course you can. They're incredibly smart.
Is it redirected? It's probably redirected.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Put those domain names to use.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh.
Oh, while you're getting that, I'll just read this last quote from that article. Hilton said her cultural clairvoyance was something she was born with. Also, the ADHD helps with that, and being an Aquarius, said Hilton. I'm
Oh my
just
God.
like a naturally creative person. She also credits her enthusiasm for research and being a student of the game when it comes to tech and innovation, and can lend the power of her 70 million social followers.
There you go.
Whoa. All right.
There you go.
What's going on here? I have this.
Hopeful. Oh,
Paris
loaded.
World.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is all well and good. I mean, if you can parlay something into it, if you're willing to chip away at whatever it is your human being is to sell it off a pound of flesh at a time, go ahead. If you can make it, go for it. Do it.
Look at the active users on that.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Created 10th or what is that? 8th of October 2021.
I guess I haven't used Roblox for a while.
At least at least it says updated 14th to the 7th, so at least it's been updated.
Oh. Jesus Christ. This is a kerfuffle.
Couple steps.
I'm in.
You might have to change your share screen. We're still on the
All right.
clicky loading one.
Yeah, it was good to see what you had to do.
Jesus Christ.
Roblox is fun. I've played around in there. My kids love it. So as a platform itself, yeah, there's a reason why it's got so many users. Oh, here we go.
Right.
So it looks just like an Neftopia thing.
Yep. That's pretty stock standard for these sorts of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yay, I'm Paris. I'm a Paris girl in a Paris world. I'm on a runway going nowhere.
Backstage. Backstage.
Oh, is there somebody here?
Not many people about.
Hey.
Hey, she'd run around like you.
Ice.
Come Fashionista. Back. Let's see if they'll talk.
Hey. Wait, can they hear me?
Come play with me.
Fashionista.
Oh.
She just zoinked into nowhere.
Take off.
Oh, there's somebody else.
Oh, there you go. Chase him down, Cheese. Go get him.
Get him.
Love Rush. That was like a full suplex.
Why does she look so cool and I look like this?
Because she's FOMO'd into the Paris upgrades. She's probably got the special kit on or something.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Is a fashion show.
Yeah. You can buy some things.
Buy some fashions. Put your makeup on.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, does this cost money? This looks
Let's see how much it costs right out of the gate. You just is going to ask you for, please go buy Roblox coins.
Oh, they didn't do it. Wait, makeup.
Roblox.
Where?
Try and do the change outfit too, if you can make a change outfit.
Okay.
Oh,
star. Oh, snap. Oh, zip. I don't know. Collect coins and purchase clothes.
Yeah.
All right, where's the coins?
No.
Oh my god.
In your credit card.
Wait, there's coins.
Go get them.
Oh, yeah, well, that's cool.
This looks
that's a light. I think that's a light. Oh, there's the coins.
Now, how many you've got? That's giving you...
This feels very Block Raiders.
It does.
Yes, it does. Oh, is this an outfit?
There's an outfit.
Oh, you can buy.
That was cool.
Did it say pick it up or buy? What was the...
Yeah, I think she did buy it because her balance went down.
Oh, did you inadvertently pay for that?
With fake money.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are pushing buy on this when you run across them?
Yeah, I had 380, and then this gave me 405. I'm collecting the coins and buying.
Oh, okay, you are buying.
Almost 500. So yeah, no, this is kind of
cool.
I guess it's just empty.
Cool, yeah. All right, Paris.
I would see Kiera playing this. She would play this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there could be some sound. I was running.
Oh. What's this? Oh.
It's Ooh,
All right.
accessorize,
Oh,
customize.
So now you can do the thing. But notice there is a cheese pizza on the front of your shirt. I did
yeah, I
notice
chose
that
that. Like, I was hungry that day.
that. I feel like, is that Goop, as in what's her name's Goop brand? Gwyneth Paltrow's
Gwyneth
Goop.
Paltrow. Yeah, maybe.
The Goop.
This is kind of
That's what
And
I
then
hate to say it. It's looks
Oh,
kind of
you
fun.
get a runway. Ooh.
Oh, and then they rate you. Please rate me. Come on, guys. Don't be mean.
Is that a dab? You doing a dab?
I won. I was the only one. So I guess I won.
Hard not to be the champion when you're at the only one in the comp.
Hey, I'll take it. Yay! I like that.
Win 50
See how much this
stars to
is. Can
become
you
a
go to
fashion
shop?
star.
Can you go to shop and see how much
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm just curious as to how much real money gets transacted in here.
She's blowing her budget. Look, she's buying up all these. She's addicted.
I have. Ooh, get off the chair. You got to keep going. I think you have to buy it so you could do like your outfit.
Interesting.
I want that.
Well, there you
There's
go.
a half-naked lady running around there.
Yeah.
He's taking my coins.
What? Oh, yeah. You're.
What jacket?
Well, there's 7 of you. There's plenty of coins to go around.
I don't like those jeans. Can I go in here?
Was that your only other article, Ben, or did you have other
Oh,
articles?
sorry.
We're gonna see
Okay,
them
we
all,
got
yeah.
the gist now, you know.
Oh, look, there's the store.
Oh, yeah. So this is what we're gonna see. So
How
can
much?
you buy that?
You could try it on. Oh, that's horrible.
You got 100 coins.
What is that? Oh, it's diamonds. How much are the diamonds? Is that what those are?
Oh, diamonds are stuff you have to pay for.
Different currency, yeah. So that's how they hook you in.
That's
See,
how they
they give
get
you
you.
some free shit that's kind of pretty crappy, but you want that good shit.
Assemble your outfit. All right, I'm gonna get out of here because they don't let me assemble my outfit.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all a whole pay thing.
Yeah, there's have to be a paywall there somewhere, but just as a general concept, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's empty, but it's okay.
It's living your best gland. Jeez.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh, this is your wardrobe.
These are the clothes I found.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Boy,
my God, look at me. I'm a badass.
Nobody likes bare shelves. You better go get some more things.
Look at me. I look like a hoochie mama. Oh my God. Rate me, biatches.
Oh, boy.
Yet another game for Cheese to play.
Girl in a Barbie world. You know what? She didn't rate me, right? She's naked.
That's what I said. There's a half-naked woman running around.
Oh.
Don't be harsh. Give her some stars.
I gave her 1 star because I'm no.
What? How did that happen?
Oh no!
There's 2 of you.
Cheese has been dethroned.
Oh.
She's rage quit. She's rage quit. All right. So yes, maybe okay. We might have been a bit too harsh on Paris there because that kind of at least looks a little bit fun. Dive on in. All right. Next, we're talking about some big money here. I like this headline. I think this bodes well for the future. FC Barcelona gets $132 million investment for NFT Web3 initiative.
Ooh.
Oof.
That's some dollaroonies.
That is some dollars.
One of the most prominent football clubs on the face of the planet is set to venture into blockchain technology. Indeed, FC Barcelona has secured 132 big ones for NFT and Web3 development for the football club. However, the organization has been seeking entry into the NFT space for some time. Hello? Why isn't Dirk over there knocking on their door?
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. Specifically, the club received the investment from both the Liberto Football Finance AG and Nipa Capital BV, the team stated. Additionally, the investment is set to go directly to the club's Web3 venture, Barker Vision, as it is set to heavily embrace the sector. Cool.
Barker Vision.
Yes.
Is that like a metaverse for dogs?
What?
Maybe.
Bark! Woof woof!
Oh, okay.
Well, it's probably Barca Vision, and I just can't pronounce it. The entire industry of professional sports has consistently sought ways to enter the Web3 space. Have they? Have they? Or is only a few forward-thinking sectors of the sporting industry dabbing their toe in gently? I don't think to say the entire industry has been consistently seeking ways. I think that's a joke. But anyway, alternatively, in the sport of football, there are a few clubs that boast the history, fan base, and prestige of FC Barcelona. Now those two ideas have joined forces in what might be a tremendously fruitful endeavor. Yeah, absolutely. We've spoken for a long time that it kind of takes, whether it be FC Porto or like this FC Barcelona, it takes some of these forward-thinking clubs to get involved in these projects, and then, yada, 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 everyone will follow suit in time. So I like it.
Good stuff.
The team announced they secured the funding. Yeah, we know that. What are they actually going to do with it? Over the past few years, we have made considerable progress, blah, blah, blah.
They're going to FTX it.
Oh, red
Too soon? Too soon?
What did you say?
Be still brewed.
Nothing. I said nothing.
Going to do an FTX. So it doesn't actually say how they're going to spend it, what they're going to do with it, but at least they're in there and getting involved. Okay, so I thought there might have been a bit more meat in those potatoes, but it's basically just a headline. All right, moving on. A couple more to touch on. Now, this is something that we've spoken about for a while too. Take that away, Cheese.
Embracing change in the age of digital twins and the metaverse.
So, yeah, I think this is, like we talked about Paris Hilton Roblox there. I think that digital twinning, that's one of the things that's really going to get mainstream involved. We've talked about POAPs and, having, whether it be NFT rewards cards, do so many things in the real world, get those stamped on your, whatever it is, your NFT, trade that in for an in real life product, and vice versa. Buy an in real life product, scan your QR code, get something in the Roblox or whatever metaverse that matches. I think this whole digital twinning things, I think that's going to be one of the major pieces of the puzzle that pushes all of this forward. So what does it say here? Infrastructure, digital twins, and immersive metaverse experiences have the potential to unlock huge value and efficiencies, yes, across the entire infrastructure lifecycle. Yeah, I believe so too. There's a lot of yada yada here. Unlocking huge value across infrastructure, lifestyle, infrastructure, digital twins, and the immersive metaverse experiences have the potential to unlock huge value and we already said that. Combining design and engineering models, reality capture, imagery, IoT, Internet of Things, sensor data, and other sources of information into dynamic, real-time, 3D, immersive infrastructure. Digital twins will fundamentally improve how infrastructure projects move from concept to design, blah, 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 blah. Okay, thoughtful change enablement. What are they actually going to do, though? Real-world success. I know, what do you think? Like, Cheese and I talk about twinning ad nauseum every week. Uplando, what's your whole take on that aspect of things?
On twinning?
Yeah. Would maybe I could phrase it in a question. If say you're in the market to buy a new pair of shoes, if you could buy a new pair of shoes and it came with a QR code that you could scan that and you could put those shoes on your Upland 3D avatar, that's something you'd be interested in doing? Would that help sway you? Or
yeah, I think a couple of things. I think liken this to when some people, when they buy clothing items, they'll keep the tag. Okay. And that would be the opposite of this. You buy, in my opinion, the NFT, like Adidas did it, in my opinion, they nailed it. You buy the NFT and then you get the real life item, right? Then you can get that. Yeah. I would buy certain things. To have them represented in the metaverse. I think it's kind of what we do a little bit right now with Block Explorers. It's basically represented to, as your avatar. But yeah, I would do that as long as there's value there. I want to support the brand. Yes, I would do it.
Yes. Yeah, this is not a lot of actual information in this article. It just basically outlines what it is and then a whole bunch of words. Infrastructure firms are encouraged to incorporate change management when moving to digital delivery to ensure timely adoption, thus maximizing the impact of their investment. Yeah, this is just words. I don't know. I kind of shit the bed with these ones this week, Cheese. Apologies. Let's see if I can pull something out of my ass to drag us out. Not really, because this one's going to reload. Metaverse platform, the sandbox. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Now, this is speaking about like that shitty froggy swamp thing. And yes, the sandbox. Again, going back to Upland, what differentiates Upland as far as a cryptocurrency-based metaverse is that it's not actually tied to a crypto coin, whereas Sandbox, I know Roblox isn't either, but Sandbox and what's the other one? The M one? No, just Decentraland. they are. So hang on, let me pause this lady who's gasbagging. No, I can't pause it. Oh, she's paused. No, my computer's going to shit the bed. All right, Metaverse platform Sandbox transferred out 60 million sand ahead of Monday's $130 million token unlock. So does that mean more tokens are going to hit the market?
Yeah.
As the price of sand slid 4% in August, the Sandbox Genesis smart contract has emitted 60 million sand tokens prior to the upcoming token unlock scheduled for August 14th. Yeah, so woo. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of that would have been in their white paper as far as what was going to be unlocked when and where and all that sort of stuff. But
hopefully.
Dumping 60 million more coins on the market. You know what that's going to do to the price. So let's see. Unless it's maybe it's like one of those things where it's a reward where you get like an airdrop or something.
That's even worse. That's free.
Yeah. Yeah, which just goes straight to the liquidity on the market. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So 332 million sand tokens will be unlocked Monday worth $133 million. Wow.
Yeah, who's that benefiting?
Well,
I guess the holder of the token, and that's it.
The guy sitting on the guy, the girl sitting on top of the pyramid. Yeah,
I guess.
Metaverse platform Sandbox's sand token has slid this month ahead of its Monday unlock, set to release more than 16% of the circulating supply. Wow.
Are they saying why? Or is this something that was scheduled?
Yeah, I would assume so. It must have been something scheduled on the white paper, I would assume. If it's not, Jesus, because it says here, what does it say? However, 60 million sand tokens were transferred out of the multi-sig Sandbox Genesis smart contract 1 week ago, according to the Block Explorer Etherscan. A sign the unlock has already begun. Sandbox Discord ambassador, who goes by the screen name Uncle Grumpy, said this was an effort to not shock the system. Okay. Token unlocks, typically bearish for the price, you think, inject previously frozen liquidity into the market with scheduled issuances, often to project insiders and investors. Monday's unlock will see over 332 million sand tokens enter into the open market. Wow, yeah. Can't really say it's greasy because it would have been there. It just goes back to the do your own research thing, but
yeah.
Sands February unlock managed to buck the trend. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, unless this issuance is in regards to, gaining funds to unleash something big. Like, that's the only thing I can see coming out of this positive, like needing the funds to create something or release something huge. We'll see.
Needing the liquidity in the coins as far as how many coins to do something. All right, let's see if I can pull up sand. I wonder.
Yeah, but they won't forget to pay themselves first, a very big portion of it.
Well, they just pulled out a bunch. That's where I was going to go with that there. Like, they've pulled out a bunch of tokens from the Genesis wallet. Is that to get some cash out of the system before they go ahead and dump a whole bunch more?
That's insider trading. They can't do that until the public knows. They can do it now. now that they issued that article.
So they can hurry up and get it quick. I forget if I don't know if I got a bag of sand or not. I know I got a bag of mana. I think I was waiting for the pullback. Oh, this is going to take forever to load. Let me bounce out of there. I don't know. Maybe this might be good news for me. If I was going to buy a bit of a bag, wait for all those coins to dump on the market. I don't know.
It's a folding knife. Put it in your pocket. Save it for a sunny day.
For a later day. Let's go. Yearly. Let's try and come on, Pootie. Come on, Pootie. Here we go. Yeah, well, that's the 1 year market. She's pretty well down. So yeah, I can't imagine throwing a couple of 100 million more tokens on the coins on things going to do much for the price.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a spicy meatball.
Oof. That's a spicy meatball. Yes, from a high of $5.80 now to a price of jumping around at the 40-cent mark. All right, well, of course, not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm going to keep an eye on that one, and I may just throw in a few dollars for shits and giggles. All right, one more to go, and then it's breakfast time.
Yeah, this went long. This one.
Yeah, apologies. Let me bring it up, see if it's going to load. It's not going to load out. All right, last one. Take it away.
The legal concerns surrounding virtual reality and the metaverse.
Now, is this going to be a sexy doodah thing?
I
Let's
don't
find
know.
out.
Sexy doodah?
Virtual
Typically, whenever we cover any of these virtual reality stories that talk about legal, it's because of the whole miners engaging in it. And what happened to Joe Cheese? Could give Uplando the heads up on that one. That was a classic.
Oh God, the Joe and that was Second Life, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. I don't like saying names out there, but he was talking to a particular someone who wanted to kind of like have a chat with him in there, and then she started kind of like dancing on a pole, and then like started like virtually making out with him, and he's like, "Whoa, I gotta go, man." You know how Joe talks, like, "Hey, man."
He's just in there to have a good time and have a chat with some people, and he's like, "Whoa, this is going a long way."
Poor Joe.
So, and apparently, kids have found themselves in that situation as well. So, all right, virtual reality has transformed the way we perceive reality, blurring the lines between the physical and virtual worlds. However, this technological advancement has also brought about legal concerns, particularly regarding intellectual property rights. All right, well, there we go. That's interesting. The emergence of Metaverse, a 3D enabled blah, 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 has led to a surge in IPR infringement cases worldwide. Now this is an angle we've touched on a few times, but yeah, it's not sexy doodah. That's not your shit. Don't sell it, doodah. The virtual world also allows individuals to interact and engage with each other. Remember that Pokemon project we covered? It was basically Pokemon, but it wasn't Pokemon, and the guy was getting his ass sued off him.
Yeah.
It was like a whole NFT thing. So, maybe this might be it. One notable case that highlights these concerns is Hermes versus Rothschild. The dispute involved luxury goods companies Hermes and Rothschild over the infringement of trademark rights. We did cover that back in the day. Remember, it was like bags or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was selling the NFT equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Rothschild, this dude, he created NFTs called Meta-Birkin in the Metaverse. The court ruled in favor of Hermes, finding that Rothschild's creation of Meta-Birkin constituted trademark infringement, dilution, and cyber squatting. I like that word.
I do like that word.
Cyber squatting. It's important to note that the legal implications of the metaverse are still unclear. Now, that is a very important point there, because this is all emerging tech. Some of the legalities of it are not set in stone. You do not want to put yourself in a position where you are one of the people that they use as a use case. You are the scapegoat that kind of sets the trends. So, which is apparently what happened to old mate Rothschild, who created his NFT collection. So I don't know. Is that somebody who's heavily involved in Layer 2? And, you said you're working with AI generation, but you're also working with Cheese as far as her own unique artwork and that sort of thing. Is that something that's on your radar, Uplando? Is something that you're cognizant of?
Yeah, so with AI, I think it all goes down to what the use is. And it would be if you're purchasing it from, what's the big, starts with an S. There's a stock image, stuff like that. If you're purchasing the license rights, the use of doing that. But especially for, with Angela's art, at this time, as she's the only one that's created original art, but it's all her rights, right? It's all Angela's rights. It's her art. And I guess if you get into the technical part of it for use rights in the game, we're definitely not selling or reselling her art. So that is not something we're doing. But in the future, there may be cooperative parts of where we have an NFT offering, but that's way on down the line, and that would need to be discussed. We are very aware of artist creation and their art and their rights. We would never want to burn somebody for that. So, yeah, I think we're aware of it. To put it to answer your questions, we're very aware of it and very sensitive to the fact that artists bust their ass to create what they create, and they should get it. They should get it on the secondary. They should continue to get in perpetuity. If it's going to be used in these digital marketplaces. I know Upland has touched on that, and it's to tell the story, not to be sold or resold.
Yep. Cheese, did you want to chime in on that one? As somebody that's heavily involved in the artist side of things, and you've got merch and this, that, and the other thing.
I think Uplando said it perfectly, and I just want to also reiterate that whenever he uses any of my art to advertise or do anything, he always asks me, which is really great. Just and I even wrote it out that I said, if you ever wanted to use my art to promote Uplandia, I am more than okay with that. I put it in writing for him. So that's something you've done going back to the days when you created NFTs for every episode that we did. Obviously, we've kind of moved on from that now, but you would go out of your way to speak to the people who we interviewed and say, hey, look, is it okay if I reproduce, your logo or whatever it is in my form? And then because that's going to be then put up on wax and sold and this, that, and the other thing, some people are totally okay with it. Some people have said, no, I want to maintain that myself. So it's just like anything, it comes down to communication. If you're using any of these kind of systems, but like that Hermes Rothschild, that was just a clear case of that was just clearly nefarious, however you want to say it. There was clear financial motivations involved. What I can see happening in the Upland community, especially with things like the Metaverses artwork, people could kind of do it innocently enough, that it's just something that's not on their radar. Like whether you're using the AI generated images, like the legal loopholes, like I said, they're yet to be set in stone. So just always take things with a not a grain of salt, but you just got to be aware of it. Like the Samurai Aquatics logo is a classic example. Like on to your right, Cheese is right. If you're on the Spotify and you don't know, the Samurai Aquatics logo is made up of 3 essential parts. Basically, is the waves of Kanagawa, I believe. We had a few people reach out and say, "Hey, you can't use that. That's a famous artwork from blah blah blah." And we're like, "Yeah, we know, but it's public domain. That was like ages ago, so that's clear." There is the red samurai in the middle. That's a stock image that I paid a license for when T. Davis, when he first the original one might have been through T. Davis because he had an Adobe Pro subscription or something. So he originally put that first logo together, and then I subsequently purchased that as well, just so I had that all covered. And then there's the font. I purchased the font for the license for the font that we use. So.
It all goes into it. It all goes into it. And one thing to put a little cap on what Angela was saying, we never want to utilize somebody's original artwork or even their AI artwork to promote anything outside of what we're doing. If somebody were to grab that and do that without our consent and do that, then we kind of get together on that and try a determination on what to do. But
it's both ways.
Yeah, we always want to look, the goal, and I love artists, and so what we want to do is represent them in the way that they intend it to be represented. We don't ever want to do something that would go against it. We don't ever take liberties with that. And yes, we do ask. There are different times when we've been asked to have images for promotional, and those are content creators in Upland that want a spotlight on certain things. So we either know that we can already do that and we work within the guidelines with them, or we default back to the original artist and say, hey, Angela, somebody wants to use this for the thing. They'll probably be contacting you. So we're very aware, let's put it that way.
Nice. All right. Maybe a last question for you is, I know I did see you rocking a very cool looking Uplandia themed shirt at Genesis Week. Is that something that's going to be put up as merch available for purchase, or?
Interesting. Yeah. So the Uplandia, what otherwise would be the kind of the helmet or the mask that's in there. Yeah. We have never even thought about, haven't even got there yet. So, yeah, we did that obviously for promotional play, taking a page from Angela's book with all the things that she had at you guys' table, which is so much fun to do the marketing with. We may offer something like that, maybe more for prizes or something, but really our approach to that, since you asked, Ben, is we want players to have digital assets and we want them to be usable. That could be going back to where you said, hey, would you buy this to get, some kind of wearable? Maybe you earn something, you get a t-shirt with it or a koozie or something that would be of that nature. But really we want to promote and push digital assets in there. So
nice. All right. What do you got on your radar there, Cheese? Are you good?
I'm making the intro.
Nice. All right. Well, I think we're at that point. Thanks again, Uplando, for jumping in. There was a lot of information there to unpack as far as Uplandy goes. As I said, that's definitely something that I'm going to be diving into this weekend, as both, the gameplay aspect and playing around with the content creation. So very much looking forward to that. Cheese, any last words for the Lando?
Nope. Just thank you again for the opportunity to, show off basically my node, my artwork, and just acknowledge me. That's really awesome. Thank you for that.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been fun. I always love to come on and go over everything and look at what the forward progress of this game is and the players that I've spent so much time with. So it's been a real honor to be on. Thank you guys both. And I can't wait. Get over to Uplandia, swing your sword, get a block explorer, do this thing. Let's go. Come on.
Yes. And good luck, everybody in Tokyo. Don't blow your entire wad. Yeah. Go in with a plan.
See you in Japan.
Or do blow your entire wad and FOMO in and buy more, and then help keep the lights on in the Upland office. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Get me out of here, Cheese, before I get myself in trouble.
Getting us out of here. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. You let fire samurai ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off your drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. You let fire samurai ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife. Flying through the sky, you let fire samurai riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. You let fire samurai riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? What, you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do ya? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do ya? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.